Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, my beat-up Indians hat. This is why you don't let your kids get a hold of your hats. He destroyed this one. I have to order another one. Anyway, man, thank y'all. I'm not talking about the show or anything. I'm going to do this more like a bully rant. And what's going on, Minnie? What it came up with the registry? Man, hey, man, I'm about to get rid of all this. I'm about to be fresh and clean. Shortly, as a matter of fact. It's almost time. It's almost time for me to leave to head north. What's going on, Ray and Charles? I tell you like this. What's going on, Jabari? The question that came up about steroid use and steroid testing. You can register this weekend, Justin. The site is done. Little tweaks is going on, but we'll be doing full registrations. I'll post up the address. What's going on, Will? I missed you at the end. What's going on? Lewis, All-Star. Y'all got some long names. Justin. But yeah, we'll be registering dogs all this week. All next week. We'll open up the website this weekend where you can do it through the portal there, or you can do the typical way of mailing, printing off the registration form and mailing it in. You can do, PayPal or whatever, send a money order, and we'll take care of it. Everything is good on that end. But yeah, the question that came up, why are we the only registry that will do random drug testing? And it's not going to be, I think when people hear random drug testing, they think like it is at work. What's going on, Ernie? Oh man. The UK is the same way. And I got to get with all my folks in the UK and get, man, basically my social media crashed this week. Like, whew. I just said that it'll be this weekend. We doing opening up full registrations. I'll come on here and I'll tell y'all the address where you can mail your stuff in, and the website is complete, and there's some little miscellaneous things being added where y'all be able to do that. The paperwork looks incredible for those who haven't seen it. I will try to get it. It's funny because it's a prototype, so I'll have to pick it up when I'm in Rhode Island, but I'll pick up one of the prototypes to show y'all. And the big order of paperwork is actually getting delivered here Monday or Tuesday, or however it goes. We can get that worked out for you, Ray. We can get that worked out. But yeah, I'm only gonna be on here for a few minutes. So yeah, it's an application on the website, and it's also a regular application that you can print, fill out, and send in. With a email us a copy of your registration for proof of registration or whatever. Or you can, of course, old school it and Xerox it, which I still do. And we'll get it done, man. We right now our time is 3 to 4 weeks for paper turnaround, and I'm gonna explain that real quick before I go into this steroid thing. The reason why it's a 3, yeah, we're gonna have online registration as soon as the site launches, and right now I'm thinking the site is gonna launch Thursday or Friday from what I'm told, but who knows? It might launch today. I don't know, but it'll be before the weekend. The thing of it is this. The reason why we're going to do steroid testing is something that a lot of us have always known, that many of these dogs in the American bully community especially would test positive for steroids. We can see it in their testicles, we can see it in their abnormal size and muscle, and we can see it in their ability to what seems to be overheating, but a lot of times that's just heavy what we would call a pump, and it's a lot of steroids that's one of the things they do. They do give you like almost a premature pump. It allows the muscle to swell, which of course with muscle expansion, the recuperation allows it to get bigger. But this is why we've seen a lot of dogs that can't make it around the ring without seeming to have what most people think is a asthma attack, but it's actually, the dog is just pumped up. And whether it's weight pool, we actually have some French bulldogs that are going to be in weight pool this week. We've got a lot of breeds that are in weight pool, tug of war, and everything is weight classes. That's why we do have the one registration paper where any dog in the world can register. It's not a confirmation paper. It looks like the confirmation, but they can't test. I mean, they can't go in confirmation, you know, on that, you know. But all the other things, wall climb, tug of war, whatever the other lure coursing, those events, any dog can register in the world. They will have a registration paper. They are a part of the registry, but they're not a part of confirmation unless they qualify for confirmation. But with us having all these things, especially things like weight pool, you have to think of drugs like Winstrol, which Winstrol won't even put the weight on a dog. It'll make the dog look more shredded, but at the same time, the dog will get very, very powerful. I mean, abnormally powerful. I mean, abnormally powerful. Like, I've never made a secret of it. You know, former gym owner, way back in the day when steroids wasn't, you know, considered a real drug. Like, you could literally go on the plane with a bag of steroids and they wouldn't talk shit to you, you know. You know, that was when we was getting started. That was one of the ways that we supplemented our money. Our bodybuilders, our professional bodybuilders, and amateurs, they wanted roids, and I was always in and out the country. So wherever I was going outside the country, you could always get a hold of whatever you wanted. And you know, I hooked those guys up, and I saw the results of it. You know, and stuff like Winstrol. I mean, I gave a guy Winstrol before, you know, and I literally seen a guy put 100 pounds on his bench press in, I think, about a month and a half to 2 months time. He was just banging it out. You know, he got super strong, shredded up. It was ridiculous, you know. Woo, 2-year-old dogs pulling over 8,000 pounds. Damn it. I want to see that. Hopefully they clean. What's going on, Saladin? You know, but we've had to make sure that, you know, that this thing is fair for everybody. Because I know some of you guys, especially with this weight pool thing is about to be big. We bringing in some big sponsors. Y'all won't believe it. I brought in some big sponsors, some bodybuilders, like from the people bodybuilding world, and some supplement companies that want to be, you know, want to be on it. You know, but they got busted for steroids. Damn. But one of the things that we are striving to do is to make sure that every champion that we have, whether it's in the show ring and somebody's giving their dogs, you know, any illegals for looks or especially performance, we want to make sure that it's an even playing field. Everybody is working their ass off to try to get titles and to try to, you know, and to try to be legitimate and to say what their dog is about. And the last thing we want is somebody, you know, having an unfair advantage. And so what you'll have happen, it won't be something, you probably won't even see it every show. I highly doubt you'll see it every show. But at a lot of different shows, if something is just that phenomenal, or if there's any red flags, and, you know, we all have a little experience at different things. If it's any red flags and we get pulled, you know, if you know your dog is clean, don't be mad, you know. A question, Marcelo. I got mixed emotions about Marcelo because I see too many different variations of the dog. You know, I thought he always had a weird look about him, and it might have been the beginning of something weird with him. But he was an impressive looking dog, and I do like some of his offspring than other ones, you know, come out and they look exactly like French bulldogs. So it was sort of weird. I feel about him, you know, better than I do about Miyagi, because George was Miyagi's problem, you know. With the admitted mixing and all the dumb stuff that George was doing, he really tainted Miyagi's reputation and tried to make he tried to make no effort to try to make the dog more respectable. But you know, this community, our main goal is to try to keep it clean. You know, try to keep everything clean. Try to keep the bar where it needs to be. You know, yeah, I'm gonna check him out, Manny, for sure. I mean, it's a lot of bloods. I mean, and people, I don't want people to ever get me wrong. It's a lot of bloods in our community that I love. Trust me, I love. You know what I mean? And I think certain people do great things with certain bloods, and other people just, let's be real, they just screw it all the way up. And it's unfortunate that the people who screw it all the way up tend to get the spotlight. I would prefer to put the spotlight on somebody like the kennel that was just mentioned. And we do have a TV show well, a TV station, which is really a YouTube station. But we're going to be flying around. Literally every week, one of our reps, whether it's me, whether it's John, whether it's Danny, you never know who's gonna pop in. We're gonna be hitting somebody's yard, and we're gonna be doing interviews, and we get out there, and it's to not just keep our community together, but pull our community together, getting different people's getting different people's opinions and their knowledge. And this channel, our goal is in a monthly basis to post up, upwards of 50 to 100 videos a month. And that's not just us. It's not, the TBKC is not just my page. So what y'all gonna notice with the TBKC, just like I said with the kennel, I'm pulling back a lot. I don't want to be out front. I love to come on here, and y'all notice that bully rants will get a lot better because I'm gonna dedicate more time here. By getting rid of other things, I'll have more time here. But the page, y'all might see me on there like maybe twice a month, whereas all those other videos are from kennels that y'all don't know about, or y'all might not have heard of, or some old school guys where y'all be like, wonder what happened with him, or some new people that's from other breeds, and maybe some professional handlers who showed around the world, judges, who have tons of experience. We want to kill the game with knowledge and having an open perspective around the world to make all of these breeds better. And the only way they get better is just that. Everybody putting their 2 cents in, and we start getting real knowledge out of it, instead of people just throwing around opinions and trying to make people feel some kind of way. We will be, like y'all know, every litter has to be DNA tested. It's a must. I feel like if you don't have anything to hide, you don't have any problem DNA testing the parents of your litters. Now, let's get this clear. Every puppy in your litter does not have to be DNA tested. You can do that if you want to, and we will definitely give them a DNA profile number and everything. But those parents need to be DNA tested. And it's just quite simply, we got some people out there that certain things happen. I would much rather not have to call the owner of a litter and say, hey, we need to test your dog because one of the people who got your dogs is claiming that you did something wrong. No, I would rather just say, okay, the client is calling and saying, I bought this puppy and the puppy is not what he said it is. I don't think it comes off that dog. Well, send me a sample of your puppy. And, who knows, if we have a rep in the area, I would prefer that the rep goes and over there and does the swab, or they take them to the vet and have the vet do the swab on the puppy right there, where we can do a little video chat to make sure it's the proper dog, because we know people try to sabotage people all the time. And, if that is the case, you'll be gone. Right now, I talked to John Easterly, and I talked to another one of our judges, Big Drew. And, we all agreed that maybe a lifetime ban is sort of stiff for anybody with a first-time infraction. So it probably will be a year ban the first year, but your second infraction is the one where you probably will face a lifetime ban. It's okay to give a person a second chance, but a third is asking a bit much. And that goes for steroids too. If your dog gets popped for roids, and we know you had something to do with it, because no dog is going in the back room and hitting itself with a needle to the ass. So with that being said, we are going to you face a suspension of a year, or depending on the situation, they might get extended to 2 years, just depending on the situation and the severity of what's going on. And then, second time offenders become, lifelong bans, because it's more important for us to keep a clean and fair community for everybody than it is to just sit around and politic. I feel like if everybody's going to put in the work with their dogs, then we should at least be respectful enough to make sure that the playing field is good for everybody. So what's going on, Brian? So, this is, yeah, Robert, that's what we're trying to do, is keep people honest about the heritage of their dogs and about the actual genes of their dogs, Oh, man, much love, Ray. Much love. Our thing is about stripping this down to what it needs to be. Oh, absolutely. That's a good question, Saladin. Yes, Yes, any titles that if a dog pops positive on anything or any infraction, the dogs who got the reserve do move into that place, and we do give that dog the points. They deserve the points that day, so we will give that dog the points. We will not punish the other dogs for other people not doing what they were supposed to do, and that's no way possible. So, absolutely, if a dog gets popped, you know, we do what we have to do, and you know, and you have to remember the drug testing part is on us. So if we want to drug test your dog or test your dog for roids or what, you know, and that's basically what we checking them for. We ain't checking them for heroin or no shit. But if we but if we test it, that's on the registry. The registry has to pay for the test. It's not something that we're going to ask you to pay for or any of that. We're going to pay for it because we want to know. And if your dog is clean, you should be happy. You should smile at us and say, man, y'all try to say my dog was on roids, and look at him, clean. He's just a phenomenal specimen, and this is what you get when you do it the right way. And hey, I ain't gonna say shit, but more power to you. More power, more love, and blessings, because that's what it's all about, you know, producing a dog that's so phenomenal that it brings about suspicion. No, 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 no. We're going at a random and suspicion, pretty much. You know, we're going at random and suspicion, pretty much. You know, and I no my I still to be honest, I'll answer the first question. Yeah, it's all about suspicion when it's a drug testing. We don't want to test every dog. That shit gets expensive. But no, actually, I'm keeping my UKC paperwork also. I've never really registered ABKC. You know, I've always had my UKC paperwork, and I'm sticking with my UKC paperwork. That's my roots, and that's where I was from. And even with our registry, y'all know this morning, what's going on, Rich? This morning, you know, it was good talks about us throwing some shows with the IBKC, and then having a big event in Mexico, you know, later on, you know, from all of our champions and the best of show winners and stuff like that. So we're open to working with other registries. I always feel like this, man. If you're trying to pull the community together, you're not trying to control the community. You know, so I support, you know, a grand majority of the other registries, and I wish everybody the best. You know, so if you got your ABKC paperwork and you happy with the way you've been treated over there, or your BBCR, or, you know, whatever paperwork you have, if you happy with what's going on over there, you know, keep doing your thing over there. You know, we just are deciding to do things what we feel to be a better way and a cleaner way to make sure that we're getting the best dogs that we can get. Well, William, that's something similar to what we discussed, you know. That's something similar to what we discussed, you know. And that's fun, you know, it's fun, and we can find a way to put a spin on it to get people some money out of the deal. As far as, you know, donating, everything with us is about charities. We love charities, so we're going to try to find some fun stuff. And the IBKC, me and Memo have a real good relationship, you know, and I actually judge IBKC, you know, but okay, Dominic, for sure. Yeah, shipping is becoming an issue here lately, especially with the airlines. Trust me, I'm getting killed myself. Rich, I don't... Rich, don't be depressed. It'll get better. That was a funny shit. No. Once again, weight pulling, and since I'm glad you caught me, because I was just about to end this video. That'll never happen. ABKC doesn't do shows with anybody. The judges aren't allowed to judge anywhere, and their dogs can't walk too far. So I was just messing with y'all, but nah, they don't do anything with anybody else. But any breed can pull. It goes by weight classes. So any breed, you can have, you know, you can have a dog that you got from the shelter. If he can pull, he can pull. You know, if you get you a poodle, standard poodle that's pulling weight, he's gonna pull. I guarantee you, we're gonna have some super heavyweights in there. You know, big dogs that want to go in there and pull, and we're gonna do our best to accommodate them. But yeah, we have a community of all that stuff. Our obedience and all that stuff is to where any dog can come in, and we did that specifically for a reason, because we don't want to be just an American Bully registry. We want to be a dog community that happens to have the American Bully. And we feel like that'll help raise the bar for the American Bully and other breeds by allowing a lot of true dog people in, and people who just love the dogs and are not here for politics. So that was our main reason for opening up the doors to everybody to participate in all of our physical activities, you know, and anything of that nature. Now, of course, confirmation is different, you know. Yeah, band dogs are, you know, it is what it is. If they're in a weight class and they're winning, people gonna have to step it up. I like competition like that. It's fair, you know. If you got the world's strongest dog and your dog is part this and part that, well, he's just the world's strongest dog. Now, you know, somebody who's got their quote unquote purebred dog, if you can't beat the dog that you call in the mutt, that's your problem. Your dog need to step his game up. Man, I'm telling you, I'm having the roughest time up there with this shipping myself, man. It is rough every day. You know, as a dog coming, man. I finally have somebody who's coming to Florida. Yo, what's up, Robert? Yeah, yeah. Oh man, calves better get their head up out their asses is what they better do. But man, I thank y'all. Y'all probably gonna see me pop right back on here, and I'm gonna talk about those deals and my experience with those deals and my experience with no longer, you know, doing much breeding and studying and all that stuff. But we're gonna end this video, man. I thank y'all for your time. The word is out. We are drug testing the dogs, and it is a random thing based off of suspicion. It's not every single dog. And guess what? You don't have to pay for it, so you don't have to cry about it. Unless your dog is dirty. All right, I'll catch up with y'all later. Peace. Have a good day, y'all. Small nuts get busted.